Testing, 1, 2, testing. Okay. All right. Let's start sharing screen. All right. Let me mute this for a second. Okay, so I'm just giving students a moment to log in. Um, and before I start the problem, I already posted this, and as be a moment ago, so they can try to, either download if they never downloaded the Zoom app and log in, or if they need, time to open up the laptops. And most students don't even wake up until 10. So during this time of the pandemic, so give them 5 more minutes before we establish the meeting. Hello, Miss Kennard, are you there? I see you into the room, Miss Kennard. Are you in the room? Do you have camera? Let me stop the share to see who's in the room. Stop the share. There you are. Okay. You just have no. Oh, you got a mic now. Okay, cool. How are you this morning?
Tired.
Okay, well, I'm giving the class about at least 4 or 5 more minutes before I start the problem. So you might want to get either a Google document set up or a piece of paper to write with or something so you can take notes. And this is the assignment I posted today. You see the assignment in ESB or no?
Yeah, I see it. I got my phone right here too.
Okay, so get yourself situated. We're going to start probably around 10, I want to say 51 or 52. And I'm going to share the screen again so you can see the problem I'm talking about, and then I'm going to go through it.
Okay.
All right, so my phone will be, my microphone will be on mute, and then when it starts, it starts, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, let's see here. Miss Kennard, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so just one more minute, and can you, just a quick check, can you see the chat room? I posted a problem there in case you couldn't see it. And I'm just checking to see if other students, when they come in, will know what we're working with. Do you see the problem in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The other thing is, you see my screen that shows SB?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to make sure you can see everything. All right, so one more minute. And as we start, I'm going to know when students join the call. Do you have any information on students that are in your class, like you're connected to them on Facebook or you have my cell phone or anything like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
None of them person.
Okay, I was just asking. I don't know who talked to who, but okay. Let's see here. So it's 10:52. We're gonna go ahead and start the problem for today. This problem is for the 29th of April, 2020. What you want to do, and if you got questions, Miss Kennard, anytime, interrupt me and let me know.
Okay.
What you want to do is, are you logged in you're on a computer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you want to do is log in into your Gmail account. Do you have one, or you got a CPS?
I have my Gmail account.
Yeah, you logged into your Gmail account?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. All right, so
But I can't see it.
you can't see your Gmail account?
Like, because of your screen and everything up there, I don't know how to like show my.
Switch how to show your screen?
Yeah.
Oh, so I just need to stop sharing my screen. I can teach you how to do that real quick while we're on here before we get started. So I stop sharing my screen, and you have to use Zoom if you're still in the app. I think you are, because I can see you and talk to you. You have to find the share screen button. Okay, so you're gonna have to, I think your screen looks like mine. If you come to the bottom of the screen, there's a part where it says share screen in green.
Yeah.
All right, if you click on that, you gotta click on which screen you want me to see and then click share. There you go. You got the hang of it. Cool. And that's the web browser. You don't need that part. You can close that part down. That tab, I mean.
This.
Yeah, that one can close. And what are you trying to show me?
I'm trying to get to this. Like, how do I keep this up?
You're gonna have to learn how to squeeze screens, because you're only on one screen. So you gotta squeeze it down. You see the boxes in the corner, like a box on top of a box? That means minimize. Yep. If you click that, nope, you blew it up. So you want to hit it again and then shrink the screen. It's gonna be hard to show you how to do it, but yeah, you click on that again. Good. Now you have to try to resize the screen, like shrink it down.
How do I do that?
Yeah, it's hard to show you from here. You're gonna have to grab the corners of the screen you have. No, come all the way to the corner where you see SB and see if you can grab it and click and drag it to a different size. That's gonna take you some playing with later on, but you might not be able to get it. That's why I said, "Oh, you got it or no?"
Like you want? Oh, hold on. Why does keep on coming every time?
Because you're clicking on you're clicking on the tabs. Now you got it in big screen and it won't shrink for you. Yeah, you're gonna have to play with that. Just write down the steps to get it done. Because you're gonna have, there's no way for me to show you that. You're gonna have to, when you're using your laptop, try to squeeze one browser, which is how you see in the internet, down to half the screen, and then you'll be able to have another browser. I don't know if you saw me do this in class, where you'll see what's going on. So it's like sharing two screens. It's a learning curve. You're gonna have to play with it, but you got a laptop, so it's not that bad. You're not on a cell phone. All right.
You continue sharing your screen.
Okay, so you got to let go of the screen before I can share the screen. You know how to stop share?
You say it right there.
There you go. Okay, sharp lady. Okay, so now I'm gonna go through the problem. Let me share the screen again. All right, do you see what I see now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what I was saying is, you might want to change screens and not worry about if I can see what you're seeing. And that's fine. Just, the Zoom app is always running. I'm always connected to you until you hit leave the meeting. So can you get to a screen where you're logged in as yourself, your Gmail account, and get to the part where it says Google Apps, like I saw on my screen? Okay.
Wait, on my laptop?
On your laptop, right? So minimize the Zoom screen, because your camera's still running, your microphone's still working. You can work on it without really seeing what I'm doing, unless you need to go back to the Zoom application to see what I'm working on. So you got to learn how to switch screens.
How do I do that?
Okay, so are you logged in as you? In your Gmail, I mean?
Yeah. I did it. Where you go? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. So were you in your Google Docs yet?
I think I learned how to minimize the screen, but it went like too small.
You're gonna have to you're gonna have to play around with it there. But are you in your Google Docs? I'm about to start the problem.
Yeah, I'm in my Google.
Okay, cool. So I'm going here. We want to Google Docs, like I'm assuming you did,
Yeah.
and you hit blank document. And I think a few students ask, how do I submit it? Well, everything that we do, even if it's a project from home, a math problem, physics problem, computer science problem, you need to type a report. So with that said, you should have this screen open, and I'm going to name the document. The reason you do this is because when you save your document or you want to download it as a PDF, you'll be able to find your document inside your computer because you named it. So I'm going to name mine's Do Now, because that's what we're about to do. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. And today's date. And today's date is the 29th of April, 2020. Okay, and you hit enter and it comes right back to the document. Now you have officially named your document. So moving forward, you need a header. Your header is going to be your name, but I'm going to type mine's. But don't put my name, put your name, because this is your report. So that's the first part of your header. The next part is your date. I know it sounds redundant, but you got to do this. So 29th of April, 2020, and what period you're in. You're in physics 3, I think. Do you know?
I could
All
check
right.
this.
Okay, so I'm just going to type physics 3, but in a moment before we leave, remind me to look at what period you're in, so that's what you type. If you're in physics 3, 4, credit recovery, not
Physics
credit recovery,
4.
you're in physics 4.
Yeah.
So just for your benefit, you would type physics 4 like I did, okay? So that's always your header. It's always your name, date, and what period you're in. That's from elementary school when you used to write up essays. So now the next part of your report, Ms. Kennard, is simply putting in the problem. So you can copy the problem from the chat room or from your student portal, and it is this problem that I have on screen. So I'm going to copy this. You just highlight all of it like I did in blue, and then you right click and hit copy. So I'm going to come here back to my document, and I can hold down control and press V, and that puts the problem in there. All right, so you want to take a second and do the same thing so you can keep up.
What?
Do you see what I got on the screen?
I see it, but it's still, I still can't control how to keep the Google thing on and keep this on at the same time.
I know. So you might want to have to review the video
Oh,
later.
wait, my ads be logged out.
Oh, that's probably why.
Hold on.
Okay. So you fix that, and I'm gonna start going through the problem. And then if you got questions when you get everything together, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
All right, because we got until 11:45, and then we have GGI. So, and I'm gonna post that at the end so you know where to go. Miss Franks and I think Miss Vega, they are doing a GGI, and you might want
You
to
still
log
be
in there.
doing that even in this?
Yes, Miss. Yes, Miss Kennard. You should check ESB all the
That's
time.
weird.
Well, we got to keep those minds going so people don't get depressed and sad about being stayed in the house. All right, we got to make sure you guys graduate on time. So with that said, at the very end, I'm gonna post close to 11:45. I'm not trying to move too fast for you, but we have that coming up. The meeting for the GGI, and hopefully enough students will join it so we can have fruitful discussions, because that's a part of you guys graduating that goes into how we're teaching you life skills. But at any rate, let's look at this problem. So I'm gonna read the problem to you. An intern pushes an 82 kilogram patient on a 15 kilogram gurney, producing an acceleration of 0.64 meters per second squared. Now, how much work does the intern do by pushing the patient and gurney through a distance of 4.7 meters? Right? That's how far. Assume that the gurney moves without friction, so there's nothing slowing it down. Now, with these problems, you need to understand what equation to use. So I'm gonna help you out because you guys don't have books or you guys laptops. I'm gonna look up what the equation you might use for this situation. We got to go back to what I did yesterday, and that is what is work. So you can type into Google if you're not sure what equation to use, and this is popping up because I did this yesterday. How do I calculate? I'm sorry?
I said I seen it yesterday.
You did? Okay, cool. So this is a review from yesterday, but it's getting more advanced and a little more challenging. So on the screen I have here, the same thing I used yesterday, where work is equivalent or equal to the force multiplied by the distance. So it's the same website. I just picked the first one that I could find. But if you notice, it talks about everything to do with work. And I put this link in there yesterday so you guys can like click on the link and read through it and get a better understanding, because I know we're all separated and isolated during this time. So we're going to use this same equation where work is equivalent to the force multiplied by its distance, given or not given. But this is an equation that scientists use to calculate horsepower, to calculate just work for athletes, all sorts of things. Let's be reminded that work is equivalent to joules, So you'll have a certain amount of work, it's measured in joules. It's going to be equal to a force that's measured in newtons. And that's going to be multiplied by a distance only measured in meters. Okay, so I'm going to put this like in the middle of the screen. So remember, this is the tool we're using to solve this problem throughout the whole problem. So hold on, let me align this for you. And this is honestly the format or the way I want you to type up your reports to send back to me in ESB. So I'm working on your reading skills, I'm working on your typing skills, your math skills, and your critical thinking skills. All right. So now we have this. We need to jot down what is our known, what do we know about the problem, and our unknown. What is the question asking us? So known values, known. And then we want to also, make sure we take stock of what's unknown. Okay. All this should be in your report. Now, what do we know? Well, if we look at the problem, it says you have 82 kilograms, right? Now, that is known when you say gram as a mass. Another equation you should be familiar with real quick is what force is. So force, as Einstein and Newton has talked about, is always equal to the mass multiplied by the acceleration. Okay. And what is that? What are the measurements for this? Well, we know that our force, maybe I should do this this way first before I align it. So the force, come back to it, is going to always still be equal in newtons, like Sir Isaac Newton. And the mass is going to be equal to something in grams, whether it's kilogram, microgram, it's in grams. It's going to be multiplied by, well, I'm sorry, in terms of newtons, it's kilograms. I should have said that correctly. So kilograms. And our acceleration is always in meters per second squared. Okay. Now I'm pretty much just setting the problem up for you. If you want to do research or you want to Google what force is equal to, you can, but we only got a little time, so I got to move on. And thanks for signing in, because when you guys sign in, you get participation points. So you did yourself a favor, Ms. Kennard. Now we're going to get back into our known and unknowns.
Like I said, I can't type it because every time I try to type it, wow, the screen is on. Like I'm watching you put in this. I can't type it. Keep on.
Relax. I know, relax. He told me that already, but that's why I'm recording it, and you can review it and come back to it and then do it. You got until 8 p.m. to finish this, so don't worry, okay?
All right, I was about to write it down.
You can write it down if you want to. It's up to you. That's why I said you might want paper, because I know it's hard to switch screens on the computer. But once you get it done by 8 p.m., you ain't got to worry about it no more, right? You just got to review it later so you can do good on the test. Now, our known values, we started with the 82 kilograms, right? So that's our mass. We're going to call it mass 1, because that's the first mass the problem gave us. And we said it's 82 kilograms. Okay. Mass 2, because there's another mass the problem gave us. And you know that because it says kilograms behind it. And that's where? 15 kilograms, right? So 15 kilograms. And what else the problem give us? Let's go up. It says it has an acceleration. That's here, A for acceleration.
That's in the known as well.
It's a no, right. Let me move this out of my way. So And we said it's what again? It's 0.64. And this is meters per second. Let's see what else the problem gave us as far as knowns. And when the knowns, I want you to understand the knowns is just stuff that the problem gave you. That's why I have you set it up this way.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
My laptop, I put it.
Uh-oh, you need a charger. So you got distance. That's going to be equal to your 4.7 meters. Just want to get this typed up for, and share this with other students. You all good now?
Yeah.
All right, so I typed in a few other things. We have a distance in the problem of 4.7 meters. I put that here in our known values. We have to find the force, because we're going to use
it. Are we finding two things?
Yes, because the force is needed to find the work. We're going to take what we find in force and substitute, like the substitution president talked about a couple of days ago, substitute that into our work calculation and finish the problem. Okay? So where are we at? There's one other value we need. All right? So we got the acceleration. We don't need any other values. I think we have everything. So now we got to do our calculations. So let's start with finding our force first, because if you see my mouse on the screen, work is equal to the force multiplied by the distance. But in order to find work, we got to figure out what the force is, and that's the mass times the acceleration. So let's start with first find, or first, I should say, calculate your force. We can call the force F. So what does that look like? Well, we know that if we take this equation, force here, force is equal to the mass times acceleration. And we made our known values, but in this case, we have to change the equation because there are two masses. So we have to do the summation of forces. So the total force is going to be actually mass 1, which we have earlier, mass 1.
So we
Plus,
inputting the knowns into the equation?
Yes, ma'am, we are. But I'm just showing you what I'm doing as far as the masses and where the knowns go. But very good observation. So as you see, I changed it because we have our mass calculation, but even here, I should say our mass total, or summation of masses. Okay, so where does that leave us? Now we put the numbers in like you said. So that's going to be F for force is equal to our 82 kilograms. So 82 kilograms plus our 15 kilograms. And it's going to be multiplied by our acceleration, which we talked about earlier, and that was 0.64 meters, or I'm just going to say m over s for space, and this is squared. Only the seconds are squared, not the number. That's just how it's measured. So what does that look like? Well, These two here become kilograms, but these two numbers will add. The
Right.
0.64 will multiply into what's added here.
Mm.
So we're going to say F is now equal to, parentheses, 82 plus 15, and this is kilograms, putting them together, multiplied by our 0.64 meters. I'm not going to retype that. I'm just going to take it from here. Oopsie. Go back. Okay. Copy and paste. All right. Now, how do we calculate this? Now, kilograms and meters per second become newtons. So force is going to be equal to, we just take our numbers, and I'm going to type in what you should type. It's going to be the calculation you can use to check it later and do these other problems that come up on the quiz. It says 82 plus 15 multiplied by 0.64, and this becomes newtons. So let me calculate that. And this is how you calculate it real quickly. If you don't have a calculator around the house, you got a computer. So it's real nice to have. And I can just open up a new tab like this and paste that calculation in there and hit enter. And look at there. We have 62.08. That's how you can do these calculations real quickly when you have a computer or a cell phone. You go to Google, and instead of searching for what shoes to buy or what's good to eat, you can put that calculation in there and it'll do that for you as well. So it's 62.08. So our force is actually equal to 62.08 newtons. Okay. Doing good so far. We got one more step. We found our force and our unknowns, Ms. Kennard. Now we got to figure out work. Well, that's easy, because remember, work is equivalent to this. Force times distance. We found our force. We got our distance. And now all we got to do is just do that last step and we're done with the problem. So I'm going to copy this equation and say next, calculate the work W in joules. So we got to use the calculation the equation we talked about earlier, and that's this one. And then I'm going to say work is equivalent to, and we don't have to consolidate anything. We just start putting numbers in right now. That's the number we found earlier, our force, right here. And that is that's our 62.08. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to multiply this by our distance. What was our distance again? Let me take a look.
4.7 meters.
There you go. You following. 4.7 meters. Pretty good. Pretty good. You're understanding what's going on. All right. So next, we just got to put it together. Now, remember, when you're dealing with work, newtons and meters come together to make joules. That's a standard thing to understand in mathematics. If you remember that much, the math will become clear. When you put those two measurements together, newtons and meters, you get joules. And what does that look like? We have work is equivalent to, we're going to make the calculation real quick because we're close to the end, 62.08. And this is going to be multiplied by, I'm just putting the numbers together real quick, 4.7. And remember, newtons and meters, they combine to make a joule. So let's use Google again. I'm going to put the W here. And I'm going to say, hey, what does this become, Google? Hold Control and press C for copy and Control V. And what do we get? We get 291.78. I'm taking the 6 and rounding that 8 there. So 291.78. So hold on. Come down one. And this is an 8. And we want to clean this up a little bit. And this is measured in, like I said, joules. You are officially done with the problem. All right. Now I'm going to post in here in the chat and in this document so you can review it later, because it's 11:21. We got finished faster than I expected because it was 11:45. I thought we would be due. But you were so patient and you were very cool. I'm going to give you a lot of participation points for that. But definitely, I'm going to be logging into the GGI as well. And if I see students in there, I don't know if you can spread the message, or I hope some students hear it, I will be giving at least one due now full credit from the past. So try to log in there, even if it's just for 20 minutes, make a statement about what we're talking about, just to give student participation on topic, whatever it is Miss Vega and Miss Franks, the English teacher, is talking about. And I'll be in there to mark off how many students actually participated to give them credit towards their assignments, okay? So let me post the invite and go back to my emails.
There still is a lot of, like from the past example you did, I did all those, but I still don't know how to set it in for the credit that you said.
Well, the first part is typing the documents, and then the next part is
both of them.
Okay, but I need you to stop being frustrated, little lady. You did the first part. You got up early in the morning, you got in here, and you got the assignment done. So the next part is showing you how to send it to Edsby so you can get all your credit back, okay? Don't get frustrated. She said, I did all that. She's snapping. So I'm going to post this in the chat.
I wasn't frustrated. I was just talking.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's hard to see you because, you over there, I'm over here, but I hear you. So let me go back to the chat real quick and put this in there for you guys to see. I gotta stop sharing screen. That's what it is. Okay, there we go. So here, I don't know if you can see that.
I just seen you posted.
You see the chat? Okay. Now I'm posting the documents here for students, just in case they can't see the chat and they're watching the recording. And as I said, let me share screen again to make sure you see what I'm doing. And you can always tell or see it for yourself later in case you can't see the chat. It says, hi, everyone. Just wanted to share. Carlos, that's Mr. Funes, and I are going to host a GGI today at noon. So that's real. It's coming up real soon, and I want to get this video posted. This is why I'm getting off the phone with you, because it takes about 10-20 minutes of each video to turn into a YouTube video for you guys to see and also be viewable in all the Edsby rooms. So, Ms. Kennard, you just simply, like you did here, you don't have to do this part. You just click on the link. You don't have to download the app or anything, because you got it on your laptop already. You click on that link, you get in there, and this is your meeting ID and this. Now, mine's is different, so you got to pay attention to using that when they get in the room, okay?
So this is hers?
This is hers, and this is going to be the one she does at 12 today. Okay?
This is the link for theirs, right?
From Mrs. Franks, yes. Okay?
Hey, you have to show me how to send it to you.
Send what to me, dear? You mean the assignment?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're in your Google account, right?
Hold on, let me go back out.
I'm going to try to do that real quickly with you.
Yeah.
All right. So what I want you to do, if you're following my screen, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So next I want you to go to File, once you type it up, and go to Download. Okay. And then when you go to Download, you'll come here to PDF, and you'll download it. You're going to take that file, and you're going to put it in Edsby.
Okay.
All right. And then in Edsby, I'm going to show you from my view, but your view is a little different. But this one icon is the same. You're going to click on Browse for your computer and find the name of your file that you downloaded, and you submit it. Yeah, it's that simple. Okay.
I remember you teaching me this before when I was.
You might have forgot. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So if that helps, I got to get off this because I got to get this video ready for you guys. And I hope you're staying safe out there. Are you going outside or anything? Or are you staying in the house?
I stay in the house.
Okay, smart woman. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna get this video uploaded to SB. I'm gonna hopefully I'll see you in the GGI today, and I'll give you more credit towards your assignments. Okay. Thanks for logging
Okay.
in, and I'll see you soon.
Bye.
All right.